The question of the day, which I will throw up on the screen here. I like this one, how to optimize Facebook ads for a higher return on ad spend, okay? Or in this situation, return on investment. So I wanna start doing this where we do kind of a, someone asks a good question and I make a video off of it. I'm gonna try and start doing this like once a week. So if you ever have questions, let me know. This is a good question and it's a little bit different than what we normally talk about here on the channel. A lot of what we talk about is getting started. The angle of which you would have to approach this would be one of you're already making money. And optimizing is different from scaling. So if you're already making $200 a day, that's really not enough room to work on optimizing because at that phase you're still scaling. As long as you're above break even, you need to get the revenue up, you need to bring in more data because that will help you optimize ultimately. So let's just assume you're doing $1,000 to $2,000 a day in sales. You're spending 500 bucks, you're making a few $100 a day profit at least, solid. How do you start optimizing to directly get a higher ROAS, right? A return on your ad spend on Facebook? Well, this doesn't really need to be through the use of increasing your budgets at all. And I've actually been working on ads all morning, so this is all fresh in my head, and that's why I'm kind of wanting to talk about ads. But what I was actually doing inside of here, to give you a great example, is I was taking the audiences that were working. They were CBOs, that's pretty much all I'm running there, but this could work with ad sets. Take your CBOs or ad sets that are working, the best performing ones and the middle performers, which is normally what we work on directly scaling. Take anything basically that's working pretty dang well, duplicate it and work on launching inside of there, launch some new creatives. So an easy way to start testing and usually bring up that ROAS on a new ad that's been duplicated is to put in a new ad creative. Always keeping it fresh is good. You guys know that I always keep recommending make more creatives, make more creatives. It truly does make a difference, especially in terms of finding the one that'll get you your best return. And it comes back to the whole concept of whatever's working for you now can probably be working better. So just keep launching new creatives and keep testing. Now, from a direct breakdown perspective, let's say your ad has been running at $100 a day for 5 days. It spent $500. I can pretty much guarantee you that at least $300 to $400 of that, just directly that money spent, was wasted. Now here's the thing. How do you go in and carve that out and chop out the bad spending? Well, the easiest way is through the use of breakdowns. The breakdown tab on Facebook that lets you filter your ads and run it just by, or see at least, you get to see specifically what age categories were working, what genders, what platform, what device, what countries, what regions, all these different things, even to what time of the day people are buying. Well, you can't go inside of your ads and duplicate something and run anything too specific. You can get extremely specific, but you can't run something for, like 18 to 19 and also in the same ad 36 to 49. Like, you want to be very careful with how you move, and in the duplicating process to break something down, oftentimes what people find is when they break it down, their performance goes down. So you want to do what I call a general breakdown. Move very slow when you're breaking down an ad. So what I'll do, I'll launch something for the top 5 countries, the US, UK, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. And out of those 5, usually the results will come from 2 to 3. I'm not drilling it down. Let's say the US was a 2.7 ROAS, the UK was a 2.8, and Canada was a 3.1, and the other 2 got nothing. Well, I'm not gonna run that just for one country. I'm gonna go a little more general and I'm gonna group those as just those 3. So I wanna slowly move towards it. Don't do any aggressive breakdowns right away. And usually, Facebook is not a huge fan of aggressive breakdowns, especially after their big, they've had multiple, but their big last algorithm change about 7 or 8 months ago. So specifically inside of CBOs, I do not, unless the product is very oriented towards this, ever, 0, zip, I never break my CBOs down by placements. I do not even need to look at it. I mean, I look at it just in case, but what I'll do, and I don't even think I've ever launched a CBO, maybe the occasional 1 or 2, that's not on automatic placements, because you want Facebook, especially a CBO, multiple ad sets inside of there, multiple different audiences, chasing people around. You want them to follow people around online, hit them on Instagram, hit them on Facebook, on desktop, on mobile. And so certain breakdowns can actually work against you. And so if you're working to ultimately get that higher return on your Facebook ad account, new creatives, and slowly doing generalized breakdowns to just push out the bad spending. You can't carve it like a turkey or a pumpkin and just immediately get it how you want it. It's a slow process, and optimizing is a slow process, and you can even duplicate it and try different budgets. Duplicate it, run it at a little lower budget. Duplicate it, run it at the same budget. Duplicate it, raise the budget. Don't change anything else. See how the different price points optimize. So I hope that answers your question. Those are some great ways that you can start messing around with your Facebook ads a little bit. Just some ideas on things you could do to not only also help scale, because any form of duplicate that you do is technically scaling, but also to start getting a higher return, which is the goal, but it's not the only goal. Remember, it's the simple philosophy I have. I'd rather be making $100,000 a day with a 20% margin than $1,000 a day with an 80% margin. You know, it's that whole idea. It's not your percentage that matters, it's the dollar profit. And when you're building a brand, or in my opinion, doing anything with building a company, the goal is to reach as many people as possible. More awareness is better, more email leads is better, more people knowing you is better, more engagement is better, more followers is better. So I'd much rather do it at a big level. So focus on that, but you definitely are gonna have to sit down and spend some time optimizing your ads. So I hope this video assists you in that. Feel free to check out some of the other videos on the channel. If you don't have ads running that are profitable yet to start optimizing, check out some of the videos on the channel. Check out the program linked below. It's the only one training program that I have that shows you exactly how to do just that, plus all the optimizing, plus all the scaling and everything else. So feel free to check that out. Feel free to let me know if you have any comments. Again, leave it in the comment section down below. I would absolutely love to answer it in there and potentially make a video on it for you. All right, don't forget to drop a like on your way out. I'd greatly appreciate it if you guys like and subscribe. That's all I ask here, and I will be seeing you in the next video. Peace.